Hello everybody, my name is Justin Hickman. I'm with Vertispan. Today is Tuesday, July 25th, 2023 for the YouTube audience that will be watching this at a later date. In the previous few streams, I've been working on a new color picker widget. Last stream, I did some code cleanup. I wrote some unit tests and stuff like that behind the scenes. So after I finished streaming, I went ahead and included quite a bit more unit tests. So we can take a look at some of those real quick. Basically being able to test all of the utility functions for doing all of the math, converting both ways. I went ahead and implemented more on the HSL color. So it has all of the other methods in here, even grabbing the web value, constraining, all of that stuff. I even went into the superclass and created some generic 2 RGB, 2 HSV, 2 HSL. That way, any color object, we can go ahead and just convert to the others as necessary. And I think that's going to work out pretty well. Just a while ago, I updated the... Probably need to do something more generic than this, but I went ahead and created a constructor that takes a color, being able just to convert it into RGB, and then I just pass it off to this interface or this constructor to be able to basically just clone the other color. And that's so that I can do things like this, where I can do new RGB, new HSV. I could do it in a couple of ways. I could just new HSV and then over here to RGB. That's probably just as fine. So I might end up removing that method. I don't know if it's providing any value, to be honest, now that I'm looking at it. What I'm going to do is on this color picker, if we go over to the browser, we can see what we have here. It currently doesn't have all of this set up correctly to begin with. So what I'm doing here is basically setting a new value as the default in the constructor. That way it has just a simple default value to set it up with. So if I come over here and let's go ahead and run this. I haven't started up the code server yet. So while that's doing its thing, we're going to actually be looking a little bit more at the color picker in regards to creating a button that is able to do like a drop down for this guy. I'm not sure how much more I'm going to do with this. Sure, we have the read-only text fields right here for the RGBA. I might continue that. It probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and continue implementing something with this. That way we have like maybe a bi-directional updates. So I know that I set the stream title as a picker button. We'll probably get to that, but there's other things that we can change on the color picker component directly. One of them is probably maybe a ability to hide those fields, because you may not always want to have those fields. So let's create a property for that. And here, this is in the constructor, so we'll probably need to do something about this. New RGB fields. I don't remember what that is. Let's take a look at what that is. What is the RGB fields? Okay, so basically I was intending to have basically an implementation for HSV, HSL, RGB, being able to show the other fields. So I'll probably continue with that, but am I actually using this? I am, it's right here. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And this is just the default, which is probably perfectly fine. I might want to have pin child flex item. Let's put this in here because I want to be able to assign that. All right, so now I have a fields container. Oh, marked it as final. Can't be final like that. Unless I were to, yeah, might as well do the assignment like that. So I'm not modifying that right now. And I could probably do displayed. Well, by default, it's going to be displayed. So I probably need to have a getter and setter in here for the show fields. I'm not sure if I like the name of that. So maybe fields visible. That might be a little bit better. Is fields visible? Set fields visible. Yeah. Okay. Container. Set displayed. Fields visible. Oh, why is that set disabled? Display. No. Toggle display. Maybe that's it. So toggle display, what is the show and hide the component based upon the provided flag? If true, show the component, otherwise hide it. So if fields are not, okay, so that should be correct. All right, so the code servers started. Let's go ahead and start up the Jetty or Tomcat, whichever one that I used here. There we go. I should be able to refresh this. So while that's doing its thing, let me move it over here so I can see whenever it, oh, it's already finished. Move that back. All right, cool. So setting it in the center as the default is probably best. Then we would have the ability to change it as necessary. If we were in the demo, so let's open up demo color picker. And this is in color picker. Let's say that I have a value, new RGB, and let's do 128, 152, 3. I don't know, just picking a random number. And let's just see if it actually updates the default value and sets all the nested components appropriately. Yeah, looks like it does. So that's very cool. And then being able to click on this stuff and it updates the backing color. Probably don't need that level of precision, but that's fine. Works for me. Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. So let's I guess work on these fields a little bit. So I don't need that demo open anymore. Oh wait, I didn't actually check to see if the fields visible was going to work. So let's go ahead and go back into the demo, and let's make this one a builder pattern. So then we return this, and then fields visible, false. Okay, cool. So it removed the other fields, so now they're not visible. So that can be like an optional thing. So that's kind of cool. All right. I'm going to change that. The reason I changed that to be a flex item is probably because I want to create a drop-down menu. I'm not sure if we have one of those handy. So let's go to the body, click on this one. Yeah, see, like this little drop-down menu, it has the ability to choose what you want to display. I mean, theirs is fancy by showing the current color. So if I change that and I come in here, it actually shows the values. I could get to that point. I mean, that shouldn't be all that difficult, but basically just want to be able to change what we're seeing down here. Right now we only have the 3. I don't even know what those colors are, to be honest. LCH, OK, LCH. I am not completely familiar with any of that stuff. It has that little weird line right there. I'm not sure what that is. But let's go ahead and create that drop-down menu. So for that, I'm going to append a child, flex layout, create. Oh wait, just realized that my view is not zoomed in. I think it helps with the video to zoom in a little bit. Be nice. There we go. There we go. 150% zoom. That should help everybody to be able to see a little bit better. So direction left to right. So the fields are going to be here, but then in child, this is going to be a button. And this will probably be an icon button. I always have to look these up. See if I can find one that looks like the up and down arrow. I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be that, as long as it looks decent. Menu swap, MDI menu swap. Yeah, let's try that one. And this one we're going to flex 1. Because we want to make sure that it fills in the other space. So let's go ahead and refresh that. Close out the inspector. Oh, that is big. But, I mean, that does work. Probably need a small gap. Probably need a different type of button, though. See what kind of buttons we got. I can do a different button size. So how do you do that? Extra small. Circle might be kind of cool. How do you do the circle ones? Just circle. What else can we do? Yeah, it's probably good enough. Should this be a primary button? I don't know. Let's just see what this looks like. Hopefully the, ew, that is not good. That is not what I was expecting. I'm not sure what, oh, I know what that is. Huh. Maybe I have to do this set margin. Yeah, that may be enough. Let's see if that works. We'll probably have to adjust the padding or the margin. It did not look like it did anything. Alright, so there's extra small. Margin 5. So there's my margin. That's just on that. Let's get rid of the margin. What does that do? Nothing helpful. So button text. Maybe I need to... do that. Let's see what that does. So I've had issues with that before, and I can't remember how I fixed it. That still looks like the same. Yeah, it's like I don't want this text. And it's got 6 pixels wide. Why is it 6 pixels? Yeah, let's just keep playing around with that until something actually works. But I think it's because it's expecting text in there. If I were to get rid of that text element, which is this one right here, display none, and that doesn't really help too much. I don't want that margin. I do want to set a gap, maybe 5 pixels, and then align item center, new. I mean, technically that is aligning the item center, but that's not very helpful. Maybe I do need the margin after all. Yeah. Whenever I click on the other flux, you can see that it's aligned center. For some reason, those fields all have a bottom margin. Even that doesn't really help too much, does it? Yeah, I guess it does. It's hard to see the top of that button. I'm wondering if I should change that to one of the different button types, like a primary button. Yeah, it seems kind of weird, but I guess I can do that. So let's that's the demo. I wanted the RGB fields and margin bottom. There's probably a better way to do that. Refresh early and often so that we can actually see the changes as they're occurring. Did I not do the align? I may have forgotten to actually put that in code. Yeah, I did. Align items center. I'm probably going to change that to a primary for now, because I can't see the top. All right, so I just need to figure out how to get that icon to move over. And changing that display didn't help, did it? Yeah, a little bit. See, that's a flex layout. Yeah, I guess if I were to just remove that, I mean, it should. It's supposed to center it. I guess it's because it doesn't have the align item center. No, that didn't work. Just trying to see this. Yeah, it looks like this icon is a little bit on the outside of it though. And there's a margin left, -4. Yeah, there it is. Why does it have a -4 margin left on a button MDI? Oh, I think it's because it was expecting there to be a text node. How does this work then? Because those look centered. Create primary. I wonder if it's different for that, because since that's not an MDI. That's weird. How can I do that? Can I do this? Let's just see if that works. Just set the left margin. Nope, that did not work. Where did I put the margin though? Yeah, it's right there. Oh wait, that did work. Because we still have this text in here. As soon as we remove it, we're fine. Yeah, this is kind of silly. Yeah, wait till a mod sees this. Yeah, that works. Alright, that works. Alright. I'm gonna have to figure out something. But that seems to work. So now we basically just want a menu for this. That drop menu. Menu create. Append child. Menu item. Create. I could probably do like apply this dot build menu. HSL. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So then we can figure out what to do whenever we click on them. But I mean, technically right now we need to get some bidirectional stuff going. So let's go ahead and swap this over here because this is the RGB fields. And let's see how this is going to work. right, so first thing is to remove the read-only. Of course, I'm doing a text box. These really should be like number boxes, right? Are they not number boxes? Forms. Basic forms. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of number boxes, like an integer box. Oh, here we go. There are. Okay, cool. So integer box, double box. All right. So what is it in here? So whenever I click on that, I go to like RGB, for example. Well, it looks like I can type whatever the crap I want. What does 3 do? Doesn't look like it does anything. I mean, this isn't the greatest user interface here. So is this the new way? So is this a legacy? The RGBA? Legacy art? Oh, when did that happen? When did they remove the RGBA? Because that's good to know. Because it's, I guess this is the preferred syntax if you have an alpha, to put a slash at the very end with some sort of number between 0 and 1. That's good to know. When was that removed though, I wonder? But yeah, it doesn't look like this user interface is very good, at least with the Chrome one. -5. So that at least does a min-max, so that's fine. But it is this looks like a text field since I have the ability to put letters in it. So that's not a very good counterpart to what I'm trying to achieve here. Don't want any formatting in here. Because I know that these are going to automatically add like commas. Let's go ahead and refresh that, see what we have. And that failed. Oh, that's right. Set value. Nice. So I don't need to do that anymore. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. I guess I forgot that there were integer and double boxes. Alright, so these are... Okay, cool. So it's not doing any kind of formatting, which is good. If I were to change these others... Let's not do the formatting disabling for now. Alpha is going to be a double box. So if we don't have formatting, you can see that we have the ability to have commas in there. We do not want commas or thousand separator. So let's go ahead and do that. So the max length, let's just say 3 digits. That's safe to say. And alpha, maybe 4. Only because of the decimal. And I mean, should we really need more precision? Because I could do that. Maybe 5. Yeah, we don't need any more than 3 here, because we're only going from 0 to 255. All right. Max value. And let's go ahead and add those as well. And for the alpha, set min value 0, set max value 1. And don't forget the D in that, so that it'll be able to decipher that as a decimal or a double instead of a integer. I don't know. Should we just constrain it? I'm wondering if we should just reset the value. Maybe I don't like the min and max. Maybe I'm going to have it no args. And do that. Because all I'm going to do on this is fire an event back. I'll just check all of the values and send back an RGB. I could do some. It might be a little bit more on the expensive side because of the fact that we're not telling it which field actually changed, but we do have the ability to do like add get value. Strain int value, return math min. Nope, max value. Math max, min value, and value. So it's basically going to reset the other value on all three of these, four of them. So we have green, green, blue, blue, alpha, alpha. And on alpha, we're going to have a different one. I guess that's fine. I think that's how it's done. Is that right? Change handler for an RGB value. Looks about right. Of course, it's not going to be very helpful. RGB fields. Can I do that? Narrow it. Right? No. Change handler question mark RGB. Pretty cool. That one was easy. So now we just need to fire the event. Of course, I'm not actually checking to see if anything was changed. I'm just assuming that it was. And we are going to... I can always check to see if the current value matches the old one. Let's see what that does. So in the color picker, where we have the RGB fields, just call set value, right? I get into a weird recursive loop, right? Because these are going to fire events, but then right here where it's maybe we'll call on change twice, but it's probably going to stop right there. I guess it also depends on other things. I don't know. Int value. What did I break? Probably because we're getting an on change. Before the green is there? Is that right? Or am I thinking of something different? No, green's there. Its value, on the other hand, is probably null. So what I could do is in the constrain. Oh, that's int. So what does it returns an integer. So I probably need to change this to integer instead of trying to class cast it. That was weird. Why is it reorganizing my class? Yeah, why is it doing that? Stop it. Am I missing a parent or a curly somewhere? I mean, we got the class compiling. Why is this down here? Yeah, what in the world happened? For some reason, all of my fields are dispersed. Are we good now? Yeah, that was bizarre. Alright, don't need that breakpoint anymore. Did that fix it? That did not fix it. Getting a null pointer exception. Oh, I'm doing the same thing with the double constrain. Don't know if I want to do that, but that's fine. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so if I change green to like 30. If I do 333, it should change it to 255. -5 will be 0. That didn't update. Why isn't that updating? Let's check out the color picker. I think that might have something to do with it. Nope. Yeah, we even have the on change for the alpha. It's constraining the alpha. So the minimum of 1 or the maximum of those two values. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, thought so. It's not RGB is forgetting to check the alpha, because that was something that I added later. I didn't have the alpha in there before. So since it wasn't checking it, it was assuming that they were equal. And I moved the alpha to the parent class, and that's why. There we go. That's much better. Sweet. Although that is not correct. Oh, going on here, because where's that green coming from? Because it's not setting the hue appropriately. Something's not matched up here. Let's grab that value, throw it in here, and it's green, and that is the color that it has there. The RGB is 23. Let me put this over here. Find a place for this where I can see it. 23, 232, 23. Yeah, that's correct. However, the hue should be 120. And 91, those look correct. 120, this doesn't look like 120. Data value is 180, so that is not getting set appropriately. Oh, maybe I need to, let's console that out. Let's just do the toString of that because we are just printing the values directly. It must be getting 180 somehow. Well, at least I have the numbers that I added over here. So 23, 232. Yeah, it's already messed up. Q is 174. Let me just change this last 23. 180. Yeah. I must have some wrong math in there. I mean, it's obviously converting to hex correctly. But that is not the right HSV. Two 232, 23. Because this one should be more over here. But it's not. Well, that's interesting. Why is it stuck on 23? Yeah, something's bizarre. 23, 232, 23. All right, so let's update color util test. And this is RGB to HSV. Let's go ahead and create one. 23, 232, 23. Is that what it was? All right. Insert equals. We're expecting it to be 120, 90, and 91. I mean, we did see that the saturation and the value were correct. Oh, and I did create like a rounding method. Yeah, that's kind of weird. What was I doing here? I don't know what I was doing. What does a round do? So yeah, I'm just scaling it 2 places. And this is going to be HSV get saturation. And this is going to be 9. And this is going to be 0.91 for the value. All right, let's just run that. See where we have it wrong. Man, see, 120. Let's just make sure somewhere else. Color convert. RGB 23, 232, 23. Yeah, 120. That's kind of bizarre, right? Let's run that with coverage so that we can see what is actually being called. So it looks like it's calling this one. So the H is calculated by 60 times that. And H is a double. I wonder, is it trying to convert it to an int? Oh, what am I doing? I mean, here I can actually check to see if it actually worked, but I'm wondering if it's converting that to an integer. Okay, it's still broken. Where's my coverage here? I might want to change that to run it in debug. Yeah, that didn't help any. Run it through the debugger. How is H? Green minus red plus D times 2. And these are integers. So, I mean, we're probably going wrong here. So maybe I need to put the breakpoint here, restart. Let's see what that number is. So D is 209. So twice 209, 418, then green minus red, 232 minus 23. And that gives us an H of 627. Still 180. All right, let's look this up again. HSL to RGB. I need RGB to from RGB. Is this HSV? Oh, this is HSL. That doesn't seem right. I swear I saw a V in there. Yeah. I don't even remember where I got this. I think it was from this site. It's Rapid Tables. All right, so RGB values are divided by 255 to change the range from 0 to 255 to 0 to 1. What? So we have the max and the min. That's these right here. Let me move this out of the way. We have the maximum between the red, green, and the blue. Let's move that. So those two we have. We have the delta, the D, which is max minus min. Yep. Oh, and that's the prime. I'm not doing that. I'm just grabbing the max and the min of all of those, not the. But why are we converting it into a percentage? All right, let's just do that. Let's see what that does. All right, so let's first let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of our color coding here for the coverage. All right. I don't exactly know what I was doing there. I don't remember where I got this. RGB to HSV. All right, let's just debug that. I just want to see those values real quick. Make sure that I don't have to convert those to, okay, doesn't look like it. All right, stop. All right, so now I don't want to lose all of this stuff. That didn't help any. That didn't do anything. So I'm going to comment all of that out just so that I can retain it for later. Return new HSV. And we're going to do double max equals math max R G, oh, math max G math max B. Oh, I don't know why I did that. It's just B. All right, so that's this and this. So now we need the delta. Max minus min. All right, the hue calculation. If the delta is 0, then hue is 0. If the max is the R value, then that's the formula. Okay, so it's very similar to what we had. Because we did that down here. So if the max is red, if the max is green, if the max is blue. All right. All three of these have the 60 degrees times. What in the world? Okay, so G minus B divided by delta mod 6. Gotta love the color math. What did I have? For red, I had green minus blue plus the delta. I have no idea what I was thinking. All right, so if the max is red, we're going to do 60D times all of this, and that's going to be G minus B divided by the delta, and then all of that math mod, floor mod? No. 6. Is that right? G minus B divided by delta, all of that mod 6. And then all of that multiplied by 60. Yeah, sure. Let's figure that out. Hopefully it doesn't break too many of our tests. It does look like the saturation and the value were correct. So here I just checked for 0 and then D divided by max, which is correct, but okay. Is equal to max equals 0, and otherwise it's going to be D divided by max, but the new delta. I guess I need an else. Yeah, it's because I did final. I know it's the same, but that's fine. All right, so let's calculate the value. I know that I still have to do these calculations. I'll do those here in a second. For the other value, it's just going to be max. I know I don't need to do that. I'll just do that. Oh, it's double. That's right. So I need to hint that and hope for the best, right? All right, so for green, B minus R, so it's basically very similar to this stuff. So I'm just going to copy that for these two as well. So 60 times B minus R divided by delta and then plus 2. And this is R minus G divided by delta plus 4. All right, let's see what we got here. $120. And let's calculate saturation. Saturation is 90. Okay, so this might have worked. Yeah. All right. I was wrong on some of this stuff. I don't know where I was getting that calculation. All right, that's fine. But what I need to do is run the entire test suite again, just to make sure that I didn't break anything along the way. Mainly due to like precision. Let's run all of those unit tests again. Nope, broken. Color to HSV. All right, let's just double check this one. So the RGB is going to be 255, 23, 128. And the HSV, oh, it's HSL. Should be fine, right? 332.8. So yeah, that should be 332. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're at the right one. All right, so red is 1 because it was 255. So D is not 0, it's 90. 90%, I should say. The delta is 0.9, and that was because we calculated the max minus min, which is 1 minus 0.09, and that's our delta. That's the range. So then the max is R. So it's probably this calculation. So what were we supposed to get? 332, and we're getting 0? I mean, I'm assuming this is the modulus operator. Now, what was my code before? I don't get that. is less than blue? If so, 6. What? Alright. Alright, so let's figure this one out. Let's go back to the debug. I might have to work on this off stream. Hello, get off of there. All right, so there's the result of that. G minus B divided by D. I don't get it. Wait, which ones are we doing? G minus B. Yeah, these are the prime ones, or the one with the tick. So it's the percentage. We're not doing any kind of absolute value or anything in here. I just don't know how that works. How's it getting negative 27? Well, I'm probably gonna have to do this off screen. Mod 6 G minus B minus C, which C is the difference. X max minus X mid. G minus B. I don't know. All right, so I am going to slate that for later. The thing that I want to do now, before we end the stream, I've been streaming for a couple of hours now. Let's go ahead and add that button. I'll come back to this. Let me just refresh, make sure that nothing's broke. I know that our conversion from RGB to HSV isn't correct right now, but I can fix that off screen. But this does work in regards to the communication between the fields and this. And next episode or next stream, I will start implementing the other inputs for this stuff. But let's go ahead and create a button. My mouse is really slow right now. Oops. Class. Color picker button. I can change this later. Just for the time being, I want to do this as a has-a relationship. It's just an HTML element. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to create a button and the menu. And let's just do all this in the constructor because I still need to initialize. So in the color picker demo, let's go ahead and create a example for that. Pretty simple. We're just creating a drop menu, and in that we can append a child. How did we do that in the demo? So for the color picker, we just looks like we just set the size, the width specifically. Let's just see what that looks like. Refresh. We should see the button. It's not going to have anything in it. It's just going to be a plain button. We got to figure out what we're going to put in that button. But I just want to make sure that this can actually come up in a drop down, and there it is. Pretty simple to create this drop down. Eventually, we might have to figure out how to not cancel or hide that. So we don't want to hide that immediately. So I guess we got to figure out what is going to make this go away. What is this? Oh, I don't like that. Was that there before and I just didn't notice? Oh. Yeah, don't need that. Fields. So what is that? Hide label text? No. So what is that? Let's inspect that. Counter. Because I want that to not be there. Count item. Wonder if that's something that we can hide easily. Yeah, that's another thing that I'm just going to write down. Hide counter labels. All right. So we do have to figure out how to prevent this from closing as soon as I click on it. But what is going to actually make it close? That's the question. I may have to take a look at other color pickers, because like this one and the inspector. Oh, you know what? I think I was playing with this before and nobody was able to see this. Depends on where it was on my screen, I guess. This one obviously doesn't go away until I click off. So I might have to prevent default and cancel any kind of bubbling. So that clicks don't go up to the point of being able to close. So that's something that I need to research. It's either that or having like an OK button. I don't think I like that too much. But I might do a little bit of research between now and the next time I stream to figure out a good way to do that. So let's close that just for fun. In our button, let's just go ahead and just add a like a little palette, like a little swatch, sort of like this right here, so that we know what the current value is, because the color picker button is going to actually have a value. So let's do a RGB just for fun. I don't think it really matters. I could probably make this a little bit more generic, where I can pass in a color and it'll be able to support any of them. I might do that. Yeah, might have to go back to the other, like the color picker, and get that one to be less RGB focused. Oop, button. No, I need a setter and getter for value. And if the value is changed, we need to update the color picker. For now, I'll just do 2 RGB, since that is a convenience method. Oop, I am getting some Slack messages. Okay, not related to the stream. All right, so let's come back over here. Let's just see if, oh wait, that's not gonna have any visual changes. So in here, we're probably going to need a pin child. What if we did an append child? And let's just create a dominant element div. And this will be our swatch. We don't have anything that monitors, so let's add a change handler here. Let's see what that does. Probably need to change the swatch size, because I don't think I have the swatch size large enough for it to be visible. So if I come in here and I change this, now it's not receiving any clicks. Oh, there it goes. It's weird. Oh, you know what? I'm probably getting into a weird loop. Because it's setting the value. I need to actually check to see if the other value changed. First things first, in here, let's change the other size, set width to 50 pixels. Let's just make it large enough where we can see it. Let's set height 50 pixels and only if the value is different, then we'll go ahead and set the color picker. Otherwise, it's pointless to call that and have it in turn call a change event back. Although I think I'm smart on that. I hope. Value. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reboot my computer soon. Yeah, I am checking for the old value. Well, that's not good. Well, I mean, it works, but the menu placement was weird. Okay. I mean, obviously we have some things to fix, because we don't want to immediately set the other value. But that is kind of cool. Pretty slick. I mean, it would be nice if I could click in there and actually change the colors, but that's going to be homework for next time. I mean, we do have a color picker button. I have to figure out the UX on this guy just to see what kind of interactivity we want to have, and that menu is opening the wrong direction, and I'm not entirely sure why. I'm gonna have to play around with that as well. So a couple of action items for me. I need to hide those counter labels. I need to investigate not closing the menu whenever I'm interacting with the items in the menu. Don't close menu. Writing these down because I'll forget otherwise. And what else? And I need to fix the HSV, was it RGB to HSV? Yeah, RGB to HSV conversion formula. That is broken. And specifically with the, whenever the max is red, I don't know why that's giving me a problem. Probably need to check all of them just to double check if there's any kind of math issues with the hue. But otherwise, this is coming along very nicely. Hope that you enjoyed today's stream. Follow us on the Twitch channel. You can check us out on YouTube. Basically all of the other videos from here, the VODs are getting moved over to YouTube so that they are more permanent. So check us out, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.